Hello, friends. How are you today? Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. What are we up to? January, I'm losing track of time. January 13th, I think. 13th. Welcome. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Tuesday. I see a few of you are here in the chat with us. Say hi to Janet and Cindy and Deborah and Karen and Frank and Sharon are there. SMA Crafts. I still have to work on that video helping you guys do fix your call thing. So someday that's going to happen. I look a little bit blue today. I wonder what happened. Well, it doesn't look too bad over there. No. Do you guys think I look blue or do I look okay? Maybe it's my screen. I can't tell. Let's see who else is here. Vera Blue, I saw you there early, Vera. Welcome. Hey, so my name's Ken. If you're new, I'm at the Stamps of Life. We are in Southern California. We are a card making company. And so once a week we get together and we do this episode called Take Two Tuesday. And what we do by meaning Take Two is we go back in time. We look at something from the Stamps of Life. Now, this is express version. It's supposed to be. So I'm aiming for a half hour, 45 minutes, hopefully even less than that. But I know your guys' time is valuable, but we have a lot to cover. But today we'll look at a die set that is a few years old. I'll show you some card samples, talk to you about some stuff that's on the website. We will have a quiz today. We have a trivia quiz that is kind of movie related. I think it's 80s, 90s trivia or something like that. So I hope that you guys know that era. I probably won't be that great at it. So I will need your help for the quiz. We'll have some fun doing that. We'll end up with our good news segment we'll be in 2 Corinthians. That's from our Bible verse we call it the verse of the day, but it's kind of verse of the week. Since we only do this once a week, will be 2 Corinthians 9:6. So we'll finish up there. And we just do all this different stuff, so we craft a little, talk about the Stamps of Life, what's going on around here. I'll show you that item from the past that some of you have, so some of you have never seen. So we'll do all that, and then we'll go on to some of the other fun stuff too, like I said, the quiz and the good news segment. And we'll just have some fun. But just to get things rolling, I love to hear from everybody in the chat. Now, if you missed the live and you can't post your answer in the chat, you can always post your comments or questions down below in the comment section. If you have a prayer request or if you have a question about a product that we have here at the Stamps of Life, I do read the comments. I don't get a whole lot of comments, but if you comment later, I'll try my best to respond, okay? But our question today on blurry. Why am I blurry? I do look like I'm blurry. Let me try to fix this real quick. On my end, it looks okay. I'm in focus. But I do look a little bit blue. I see a couple of you saying that you are blurry. Looks good here. Yeah, on my end, it's good, but that's before it all goes out to the internet. So I hope everything is looking okay. Maybe try to refresh, because on my end, I didn't reset the internet today, which I should have. That could be a problem, but I'll try my best. So let's see what else is going on. So here at the Stamps of Life, we have a new class that just went on sale. You see the banner down below. That's right. We have a class that is on sale. So if you haven't seen yet over on the Stamps of Life website, I know a lot of you have been asking about classes. So let me find that real quick and I'll show you what's going on. And we got that one. And I'm going to switch over there. Boop. Whoop, now you see Toomey, sorry. Not yet. No, not that one either. Out of practice here. Come on, here we go. Here we go. Now we can do it. All right, so on the website, there you are, the new class, Next Level Background class. That class is actually going to be held on February 24th, Tuesday, February 24th. So if you purchase your kit, you'll be about a little over a month away from that class. And look at these awesome cards that you can make. Wow. There are some really cool looking cards. Maria packed all these kits yesterday and the card stock. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Look at this. Wow. This will be exciting. So just to give you some ideas of what you can do with this, I have a kit here. The kits are getting low, so and there's an add-on cardstock pack. I have a feeling it's sold out. Oh, 8 left. There's 8 of these left, okay? So don't wait too long if you want to get the class. There are some kits still on the website, but only 8 of the background cardstock packs that go along with. That's like an add-on. You don't have to have it, but you can. Okay, so everybody's saying extremely blurry. Only darn. What can I do? How can I fix this? How can I fix this? I see a few people tell me blurry. What could I do? Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to figure out what I can do to try to fix this. I'm going to turn off my camera real quick. Okay, so hang in there. And I'm going to see if I can fix this if starting my camera over. Let me give it a try. Okay, everybody, hang on there. In the meantime, I did have a question for, at least you can hear this in the chat. I want to know, I see some of you saying it's cold or there's weather. What is the temperature where you are living today? What is today's temperature right now where you live? And is that colder than normal or is it warmer than normal? We have a nice warm sunny day out here, probably low 70s, but it was cold last week, but so warm now. So in the chat, just for fun, add that. Tell us your temperature and if it's higher or lower than normal. I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to come right back, okay? I will still be here. You might hear me talking. I'll leave the mic on, but I'm going to try to reset my camera real quick. So hang on there, okay? Here we go. Add in the chat your comment, and I will put my little Take Two Tuesday Express sign there, and I'm going to turn off the camera and pray for something good to come out of this. Let's give it a try. Okay, I'm going to I am trying. Hang on, I'm trying to fix this up. We got our second camera. How does that one look? Oh, you can't see it. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I've got that camera working. Does that one look blurry? And then I'll try my main camera here. I'm definitely blurry on my main camera. So hang on. Let me try to fix that. Okay, I look like I'm in focus. Let's try again. Okay, reset. I don't know if that helps or not, but we'll have to keep going on. Okay, let's try again. My main camera, do I look okay? I tried. All right, let's go. Okay, I talked to you about the class. We've got that coming on. I want to mention this is really cool. This is the diamond. Stephanie used this in a crafting corner last week. Okay, so I wanted you to see this. This is called the diamond chunky glitter paper. Okay, it comes in 6x6, but it is awesome. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like over here on my extra camera. Maybe it will sparkle. But this is a 6-pack of glitter paper. It's really awesome. And I wanted to make sure you knew about it. Look at that. That is you can add that to the front of your cards. It is really going to make your cards stand out. So if you want to get add a little extra oomph to your cards, this glitter paper is way awesome. It is, let me see if I can find it real quick. So you get 8 sheets, and it's glittery, diamondy, lots of fun. Okay, so that is something special. Ooh, look at that. That even sparkles more if you haven't seen it. All right. There we go. So that is on the website. If you look, or just type in, I think probably if you type in diamond, I bet it's going to come up. But that was out of stock for a long time, and we just got them back in stock last week. So I wanted to make sure you knew about it. Yeah, there it is. Here we go. So that is the diamond. You get 8 sheets of it, and you get these 4 different styles. It's really nice. Really makes your cards give that little extra boom that you might be looking for. Now, this is cool too. One of the new colors that you will find in this kit that I was telling you about. We're actually going to use this today, and doesn't that sparkle too? This is one of the sheets that are in the kit that we are using for the next level background class. Okay, so just to give you an idea, you're going to have some great stuff in this kit. You're going to have a lot of fun. Again, that's way later in February, but I wanted to let you know before the class sells out. Okay, we do expect it to sell out, so make sure you get your spot. And then we did just sell out of our card kit. Let me see if I mentioned that. But so, whoops, let me get rid of my banner there. Banner, where are you? The December card kit sold out. Okay, we're all out of that one. But the good news is this Thursday, a brand new card kit comes out. And if you have liked this month's theme with the puffins, you're definitely going to love this card kit. Okay, so if you're already in the card kit, we are going to start, as a card kit club member, we're going to start shipping this Thursday. And if you want to join, now is a great time. Again, the December sold out, which had the unicorn theme. But the brand new, I was going to bring a sneak peek, but I forgot. But Thursday, I will be shipping, along with Maria, we'll be shipping the new card kit out to you. And that will happen Thursday the 15th. But tomorrow night, Stephanie will have a card kit reveal for you. Okay, that will be on YouTube and Facebook about 5 p.m. Pacific and at 8 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. We have a busy week this week. So Stephanie was on last night introducing the new class. We'll have the reveal for the card kit tomorrow night. Then we'll be shipping the card kit on Thursday. Lots of fun going on. Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Crafting Corner will be this Thursday. If you're, again, new to the Stamps of Life, on Thursdays we get together, and my wife Stephanie, she kind of takes the stage, which she normally does, and she makes a card with you, and we craft and answer questions, and we just have some fun together. So that is Thursdays. If you've never watched before, that's also on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be live streaming. If you're not a subscriber, if you see the subscribe button down below me, you can hit subscribe. You'll get notifications, or videos from us will show up when we show up, and you'll get reminders too. And I'm going to show you how to really subscribe. Eventually, I'm going to make these videos. I told you that I was going to do it last week. It's just been so busy. But I'll show you how to really subscribe, and maybe how to change your name and all that good stuff, so you can get notifications actually when we do go live. So that is Thursday for Crafting Corner, okay, with Stephanie. And the new items, tomorrow when the card kit is revealed, there will also be, I got the class, that's on the website, but tomorrow night there will be new items on the website. So stay tuned for that. On the 14th of each month, we do add new items when the card kit comes out. So I bet Stephanie will tell you about those items tomorrow. So don't miss that. All right, let's get moving on with our stuff. I didn't get to see the comments here about how our weather is doing here. We have got a Michigan 39. And anybody else report their weather here? 61 in Texas, 56 in Georgia. 49. And so nobody's really super freezing. It's cold in New Jersey, right? Yep. 48 in Pennsylvania, 55 in Alabama. So it seems about I think it's a little normal then, warmer, right, than usual. 29 in Idaho, 42 in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's getting a little colder there. So you're missing out in Southern California. Nice and warm and sunny. But we had so much rain the last couple of weeks. Hey, we were overdue to get some nice weather. Okay, let's get moving on. We have, and another thing, I have some unfinished business. You know, back in December, we did, I'm blurry again. Darn it. I wonder what happened. Blurry again. Let me try to check this camera one more time. Starting to blur again. You're blurry again. It's got to be my internet, I bet you guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully when we switch to the other cameras, I won't be so blurry. Let's try this. I'm going to switch cameras. You won't see me as much. We'll see what happens over here. So probably about a month ago, we did this die set called the Dotted Hearts. And we had fun. I had a few card samples to share with you. But you know what? I went into the storeroom and I found a whole bunch more. I found a whole bunch more of the Dotted Heart samples. So I thought, you know what? I better share some of these. So before we go on to our main item, I did want to show you these samples each from the Dotted Heart that I missed a couple of weeks ago, which I apologize. It was a mistake. I don't know what I did. But here we go. Dotted Hearts die set from the Stamps of Life. I think is about 4 or 5 years back. Okay. And let me show you these samples and let me know if this camera is better than camera one. Hopefully it was just camera one. Tell me how the samples look. Do they look okay? All right, here we go. Some love your tacos. All right. And here we have a flip it with all these little dots. I think you guys can see all those dots. And look, we've got some glitter paper up there. So let me know in the chat, is this camera better than the other one? Still blurry. Darn. Okay, I'm hoping that don't know what to do, guys. Darn internet. Still blurry. Okay, let me try one more time. I'm going to remove this camera. Hang in there. We're going to try one more time, and then we just might have a total reset. So that would be a bummer if we have to do that, but I'll let you know. So hang in there. I don't know why it's changing. If I disconnect my internet, oops. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, everybody. You can still hear me. I'm going to try to reset my internet because I think that's my only chance. It should only take like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to leave this running. But if it just drops out and I don't come back, go ahead and go back and search on the, I'm hoping this keeps playing, but I have a feeling it might stop since we're losing internet. But I'm going to go ahead and reset and try to get this working and see what happens. I don't know. If you don't see me like in 2 or 3 minutes after the reset time, then go ahead and look for it. Like go back to the Stamps of Life YouTube channel or Facebook. I will restart a new one if this one doesn't go back. So hang on. I'm going to restart my internet and see what happens. Okay, sorry about this, everybody. Some days. Let's see. What can I do? Okay, I'm going to add that. And I'm going to turn this off. All right. Let's try again. Let's try again. Not sure. I think my color is a little bit better, but I don't know if it's going to be blurry or not. Let me know. Okay, let me know. We're going to just push on now. I'll just, however it comes out now, we'll just have to live with it. So sorry if it was blurry. Hopefully it's better. Let me know what you think. And yeah, we're just going to keep going on here. Oh, I've got my sound on. I want to make sure this is all good. I've got my chat. Let me know what you think now. Let me know what you think now. I'll go back to these samples. We'll start over. I will start over. I don't see any comments, so I hope you guys are still there. Is anybody able to hear me out there? So the timer is still running, but I don't know if this is real. Yeah, still blur, but keep going. Okay, let's try. Still very blurry. Wow, I even reset the internet and everything. Okay, I tried. Color better, but Ken is camera too close. No. Let's go over to the other camera. Let's try this one. Tell me if this one's still blurry, then it's definitely the internet. Okay, so here we go. We're back to our card samples. Back to our card samples. There we go. I'll show you these here real quick. These are slim lines, so they're not quite all reaching in there. And there we have and if it is still blurry from your end, just for fun, go ahead and try to like refresh your browser or log out and then come right back and see what happens. Maybe that'll fix it. I know I did everything I could on my end. So maybe the internet is just messed up around here. We're having good weather, so there's no excuse, but I did everything that I could on my end, but that's a nice looking card there. Blurry as well. Okay. So give that a try. And, on my end, things are looking pretty good right now. I think I've fixed the color okay. But for you, from your end, just for the heck of it, go ahead and try to refresh your page or log out from wherever you're watching and then go back and try it again, okay? Maybe it'll help, maybe not. But I must just have bad internet today because now I did do my last big thing that I could do was to reset, and I gave that a try. And so again, this is the dotted hearts. This is not the item we're looking at today, but this is a die set that we looked at last month. Okay, last month. Now I'm hoping you guys, if it is blurry, that the recording will not be. I'm hoping. Okay. So what will happen is after we finish this episode today, I will download it, and tomorrow I will upload it again. Hopefully the download version is going to be a little nicer. We'll see. Okay. I hope. Some of the time that happens. And if that's true, then when I post the replay tomorrow, it'll look a lot better. If that's true. Okay. Whoop, there's not one on there that snuck in there. A couple more of the dots. So this again, dotted hearts. We went through this last month, but I missed all these samples. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw these because I was all, wow, I missed a lot. So there are a lot of great samples on here. Okay. There you go. All righty. Great. So that is our dotted hearts. Again, that's not the item we're looking at, but since we are doing dotted, hey, we're going to go ahead and continue the trend. I'm going to show you this dotted squares die set. It is from, let me find this real quick. Dotted squares from June. Oh, I left a number off. June of 2002. That would be pretty old. Let's see what it really was. June of 2020. Okay, June of 2020. So you see that little square in there is missing one number down there in the corner. It should say 2020, so I apologize. This is from June of 2020. You might have it. The dotted square die set, and let me show you on our website. Now, this is not even a camera. It's just using directly from our website, so hopefully this is not blurry. There we go. So you get 8 dies. The largest one is 4x4, and we're actually going to make we're going to make a 4x4 card here today, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. Just kind of like that. We'll layer it a little bit and put that together. And there's some of our other dotted items. And if you want to see some of the samples, you can scroll through there Again, that's on the stampsoflife.com website. And whoops, I'm already like hitting my my goal time. So this is terrible. I am way off schedule today. So let's see. Let me fix that real quick. What else can we do? Oh, so I showed you the dies there, and let me add this little guy up here in the corner. If you are new to the Stamps of Life, this QR code right here will, that one up there, whoops, that one up there will get you to our website. So just use your phone, your camera, and scan on that, and it'll take you right to the website. So if you're brand new, go to thestampsoflife.com, check it out. But let me show you the samples that I have for this. Not nearly as many, and I searched to try to make sure I wasn't missing any, but I do have a few. This is the dotted squares, and then I'll show you how we can die cut this real quick. And here we go. This is a real nice one on a step up card. Thanks for being my friend, it says, and that would open up just like that, and it stands, right? See if you can see that. It'll stand up just like that. Doesn't that look nice? And nice spring colors. We're not quite to spring yet, but we are closing in, and here it is on the front of an A2 card. You've got your dotted squares there, layered, and they make framing nice. And again, like I said, you can layer these on top of each other. And that's what we'll kind of do. Let me see if I can zoom that one a little bit. That's great. And here's using the little, get a little different idea. Add some of your little characters there with using the smaller dotted square. And again, these work on slim lines, on flip its, fold it, all the kinds of different ways you could add these to your cards. So I really like these dotted dies. It's a square, but it adds that little bit of extra interest. So I think you might like that. What does that one say? Wishing you sweet Easter wishes. Nice grid there. And then again on a slim line sample, it would go like that on a slim line, and you have your dots there. Okay, so that's the dotted squares, and I'm going to show you what that looks like over here on our die cutting machine. Now I have the dies that we're going to use those, and I have already cut some of those. So let me switch over and show you what I have done so far. This helps us save a little bit of time. So I'm going to show you the overhead. And let's go ahead and switch to that one. All right, there we go. So over here at my workstation, I went ahead and to get the base of my card, this is a 4x4 card base. And let me show you the die set. And you know what? I will make sure that if you're new, I always put the links to all the items that we review in here. Well, this is something extra, but I will put the link in the comment section down below the video. So if you're wondering about any of the items that I show you in today's Take Two Tuesday episode, I will give you the links and the item names down below, okay, in the comment section. But I use this 4x4 card die set. It comes with a lot of stuff in there. It comes with an envelope as well as the 4x4 card, some sentiments, all that kind of fun stuff. But all I used was this one die to actually create my card base. So I ran it through the machine, and it creates a card like this where it scores. And here I have my 4x4 card, which is great. Now, next, I went ahead and I did use some of these dies. Okay, and you see they come in different layers. This largest one would fit right on front of here, but I have chosen a few different sizes. And since we're kind of wintry blue, I picked out a few different colors, and we're going to go ahead and layer these together. So I die cut, got all this ready to go. I do have one more thing that I need to die cut. Let me show you this little, and I'm not sure this one's on the website. It might be. If it is, I will look for it. This is called You Are the Best is the word die set. It's from one of our card kits. I'm not 100% sure that it's on the website. If it is, I will post the link for it down below. Okay. So I did run the shadow for this already, and I had some sparkly paper, so I've got to locate that. Oh, that sparkly paper from the kit. That's what I'm going to use. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to die cut the letters, but you can see it's kind of intricate, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to add some adhesive to the paper that we run it. So it makes it kind of like a sticker. In the end, it will make it a lot easier if I do that. So that's what we're going to do real quick. So if you haven't used Stamps of Life adhesive, I really recommend that when you have dies like this, where it's a little more intricate, but the thing is, when you go to try to lay this out on your card, if you already had the adhesive on there, then it will make it like a sticker. It'll be a lot easier to add to your card. Whereas if you have to try to apply the adhesive on there, it'll be a little more difficult. So just so you know, that's why we use this adhesive sheet. So I'm going to take this and I will go ahead and peel that. Yeah, again, if today's doesn't look too great, jump in tomorrow. Hopefully the replay looks better. Just one of those things. So this is sticky right here, but we'll still have some fun. I'll do my best to keep everything rolling today in hopes that we'll have a good replay today. But I tried to redo the internet. I should have done that first earlier today. I always tried to, and I forgot. But just could be a bad internet day. And we're totally dependent on what we get here. So I add that here. And then I just take the die, and this is, again, is from the new class kit, just to give you an example of some of the cardstock you're going to get. This is a 6x6 sheet of glitter paper. And I'm going to run this through. This will give us a nice blue looking color. And then we'll put all these layers that I've created, we'll put them together, and we'll have a nice card front. So let's do that. Again, everything else I have die cut ahead of time to save us some time, but this was this one last piece. And it gives you a chance to kind of see how to die cut if you're new to this. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that through there. Wow, that's really closed in there. We're going to run through there. And we'll go back. And let's go ahead and peel that out. And we'll get that sentiment that says you are the best. Now it's stuck in there, but again, it's going to be sticky when we go to peel it apart. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out of there, and I'm going to get my little pokey tool to try to get this to pop out of there. Hopefully it will come free, and we'll have our nice sentiment all, yeah, there we go. So I've got that. Great. Now we can start putting our card together. Look at that. You are the best. You are the best right there. All right. So let's see what happened here. My other words must be here because I'm missing some words. So let's see. I think there they are. Whew, they're tiny. I saw the best in you, but here is are the. Whoops, can you see it? Are the it came out kind of separate. Interesting. I hadn't noticed it done that before. Now I dropped it here. So hang on one second. Oh boy, where did it? Now I can't see it. Okay, got that over there. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Let's see, where did that go? Oh, I can see it now. Really mixes. Look, it was hiding right there. That's a hard one to see. I'm going to set this off to the side so I don't lose it again. Will I be able to peel that? Hopefully. All righty, let's get our machine out of the way. Again, if we're blurry today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. It's a bad internet day. I tried our reset, and I hear some of you are saying it's still not looking good. So again, hopefully the replay is going to look better tomorrow. All right, there we have our card, and I'm just going to start piecing this together. I've got most of my dots out of here. I kind of want to go over that. So let's get all the dots out of these. So it does look like it's supposed to. This is a nice tool to have when you have lots of little holes like this that you want to. Yeah, there's one that's sticking there. Of course, there's always one that doesn't want to cooperate. So I will just pop that out of there. Got it. Okay, that one looks good. I should have done this ahead of time as well, but I didn't think about it. Yeah, most of them come out pretty easily. All right, we got all those out of there. And I've got one more layer here. So we're just going to start layering this together. Again, this is Take Two Tuesday. It might be the blurry edition, but hopefully it will come through okay. And if not, at least you can hear the sound. So we'll still have some fun together. We're going to do that quiz here in a little bit, and we'll do our good news segment. So even if everything doesn't come through, at least we can hang out and chat a little bit. Now I need some adhesive. Where did that go? Oh no, there it is. All right, so let's start layering this together. I am going to use a little bit of foam as well. So here we go. My 4x4 card. Yeah, I'm going to add that to there. And let's see, what do we want to go next? Let's go next with, we're going to have to go this size here. And now we could put foam on each layer if we wanted and really built this up, but the foam I'm going to show you here just adds a little bit of extra interest, a little extra depth to our card. So you can see so far it looks good, right? But it is kind of flat. So we want to have a little bit of interest dimension to our card. So let's try to do that. So I'm going to set this to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and here's my white background. I have got this. Now this will be a little tricky. I want to make sure that this is where I will get my glasses so I can make sure I see what I'm doing. Well, that one's peeling really well, so that's good. The other one will be a little more challenging. It's very, very small. So be ready. We're going to do our quiz coming up, and it has to do with films, trivia, movie trivia. So hang in there for that. I do have a question for you, just for fun, if you'll post in the chat. And I might have asked this a long time ago, but do you consider yourself to be, do you like to share and give to others? Or is it something that's hard for you to do? Add in the chat. What do you think? Are you the type of person, do you like to share with others and give to others? We're going to talk about that today. And then I'm thinking about that because, my thought was, is there something that stands out from maybe, I don't know, when you were younger or maybe even recently? Was there ever a time somebody gave you a really nice gift? Or maybe you were going through a hard time and somebody bailed you out and they knew you were in need and gave you something special? Do you have any memory of that? You don't have to answer that in the chat, but think back to a time when maybe somebody gave you a special gift, or you were going through a hard time and somebody did something nice for you. How did that make you feel when you knew somebody came through for you and helped you out? It's a real blessing, when we find ways to be kind to other people and share with them. And I know that's something that God would want us to do. So I know for some people, it's really easy to be givers and some not. And this is a really hard one to peel for me. But is there a special moment in time when you can think back that somebody just showed you that kindness and did something really nice for you, gave you a gift that you've always remembered, or maybe they just came through in a time that was a time when you just needed some extra help? Add that in the chat if you want. But the main thing I'm bringing that up is just to spark oh yeah, I do remember. Because you know what tends to happen? Some of the time, this is really a tough one, you guys. Some of the time you ever notice somebody does something for us nice, and at the time we go, oh, that was so awesome, and then we tend to forget, which is sad, right? When somebody does something nice for us and we forget them. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to peel this one. It is so intricate. Okay, I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to try to add some adhesive on here. So let me see if I can do it or not. Oh, this is not the way I planned it, but this is how it's going to go. Alrighty, let's see if that will stick on there. So I've got the U best, but I need the you are the best. So I'm going to put the R there. So you are. So that's looking pretty nice, huh? That looks nice and sparkly. So now we're going to just remember how I said it's fun if we have a little depth to our card. So I'm going to take some of this adhesive foam, and we're going to cut a couple pieces of it, and just so you'll see how it gives a little bit of dimension to the card. So just think back in time. Was there a time somebody did something special for you, gave you a nice gift, helped you out in a time of need? I think sometime when we recall things like that, that might help us to remember, hey, it's a good thing to give. and to do good for others. When we remember sometime when somebody had done something good for us, something nice for us. So I'm going to put that on the back so you see how that goes. That's going to add that little extra depth. And get ready, our quiz is coming up as I finish this up. Again, we're working with the dotted squares, and I had pre-done a lot of this to save us some time. So here you go. You'll see this. And can you see how it kind of, I think that will stand out. You see how it kind of comes off the card a little bit more? See that? And it really adds a lot of interest to the card when you have that depth. And I'm going to add one more here for our sentiments. Hopefully that will stay on there. And I've got that. And I'm going to get one more square. You could use smaller squares if you like and kind of space them out a little bit better than I did. But that's just a personal choice that you can decide on. So I'm going to add that to our sentiment. And then this is just going to go right here on the front. Now, of course, you could do some shading if you wanted, or you could add some little extra embellishments if you like. But look, so simple. You could use any words that will fit in there, right? Layer your dots. Use a little adhesive sheets or the adhesive foam, and I'll put the links in there for that. And it all came out just like that. Even easier than I thought. Your card would open up. You could decorate, add something extra in there if you like. So I will give you all the links for that. Again, that's the dotted squares from, I think it says down there in the corner. Dotted squares from the Stamps of Life. And let me see if I can show you what that looks like over here too. And let's see. We'll pop that up real quick so you can see it standing up. So there it is right there. So you'll see that. Easy. We got our winter blue colors. I think it came out pretty nice, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is, fun to layer with those dotted squares. You could use it as one big frame, but when you add them on top of each other, and you can see where that dimension comes in from the foam that we added underneath. So if you don't usually do that, I recommend that. Any card you make is awesome, but you really will notice the difference between cards that are just flat, just totally everything put on top of each other in one layer, as opposed to using the foam to kind of give that depth to your card. So there you go. We are done with that, and we are moving on. All right, let's do our quiz. Hopefully you'll be able to read this. Now, there was one color that I featured in that card that is included in your kit that is coming out if you ordered the class kit, all right, the next level background class kit. But there's a lot of great glitter colors in there. And then I just chose a bunch of blues. I was just thinking winter colors. You could do, Valentine's is coming up, so you could do like a pink and red. I think we've done that kind of version. So I said, let's try blue today. But let's go ahead and move on to, now this is just for fun. You're going, hey, we're crafting, but now we're just going to have some fun and hang out together. So let's try to do that. I'm going to get this quiz ready for us to go. Jane says she's making an iceberg card while she's watching. Good. That iceberg is sold out right now. So you are lucky, Jane, to have that. It will come back in stock though soon. Let me go ahead and add this to our page here. Give me 1 second and we'll do this trivia. And you're going to answer in the chat, okay? So I need everybody's help. I know we've lost some people because we're a little blurry today. So the best, hopefully we can read these. I'll try to read out the answers. They're multiple choice. And we'll see how many we can get. This is movie trivia related. I'm going to share a screen and I have it. Check your knowledge, it says, and we're going to do that one. We don't want the newsletter. Here we go. 34 best movie scenes from the 80s and 90s quiz. All right, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. So let me make it so I can see your guys' answers there. And here we go. Question number 1. 34. I don't know if we'll be able to get to 34, but let's try to do 20. And somebody try to keep track of how we're doing, if we're getting these right or wrong. In the 1984 film Ghostbusters, what do the Ghostbusters use to capture ghosts? Is it magic wands, laser beams, proton packs, or net traps? How do they catch the ghosts in Ghostbusters, huh? Does anybody know that one? How do they catch the ghosts in Ghostbusters? Boo, 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 boo. Answer in the chat. Proton pack. Proton pack. I think that's right. Proton pack. Okay, let's do that. One. We got one. One for one. Number two, which famous dance scene features Kevin Bacon in an empty warehouse in the 1984 movie Footloose? Which famous dance? Is it the rain dance, the alley shuffle, the warehouse solo, or the prom night? So Footloose, what is the dance? Is it the rain dance, the alley shuffle, the warehouse solo, the prom night? Kevin Bacon. Was he dancing by himself or was he? I don't know this one. I don't know this one. I got to get something to keep track. Do I have a pin here? I'll put, when we get one right, I'll mark it. Does anybody know Footloose? There's a lot of dancing in there. Nobody's answering me. No guesses? Nobody? Nobody's going to guess on this one. I'm going to try this one. Oh, yes. 2 for 2. Okay, that was my guess. I guessed that one. In Jurassic Park, 1993, which dinosaur family chases the kids in the kitchen scene? What kind of dinosaur was chasing the kids in the kitchen scene? Was it Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptors, Triceratops, or Brachiosaurus? So think, they're in the kitchen and there's that there's that dinosaur chasing them. Does anybody remember that scene? Excuse me. I know they were hiding. They have the last, I think it's that one too, the Velociraptors. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, 3 for 3, man. We know our movies. Number 4, in which film does Tom Cruise famously slide across the floor in his socks to old-time rock and roll? That's the song. Is it Cocktail, Top Gun, Risky Business, or Rain Man? Which one of these did Tom Cruise dance to? I like that old-time rock and roll. Risky. That's right. 4 for 4. Wow. We found our thing. Which movie features a scene where a character declares nobody puts baby in a corner? Is it Flashdance, Grease, Pretty Woman, or Dirty Dancing? Somebody named Baby. Which movie is that from? Which movie features a scene where a character declares nobody puts baby in a corner? Dirty Dancing, yeah. 5 right. Wow. Okay, 6. What tune do the Lost Boys sing in the bathtub scene of The Lost Boys, 1987, before the vampire attack? I don't know this movie. The Lost Boys. People Are Strange, Good Times, Shout, or Ain't Got No Home? What is the song they sing, the Lost Boys? Does anybody know that one? I don't know this one. Counting on you guys. Anybody know Lost Boys? Nobody knows Lost Boys. I don't know Lost Boys. People Are Strange, Good Times, Shout, Ain't Got No Home. Okay, we're just going to guess. We got a shout from Diane with a question mark. So let's try it. No, Ain't Got No Home. So we missed one. The Breakfast Club. What symbolic gesture does Judd Nelson's character make as he crosses the football field? He waves at the principal. He throws his jacket. KR, you should have told us earlier. We would have got that one right. He breaks down in tears. He raises his fist in the air. I don't remember this one either. He's walking on the football field. What does he do? He throws his jacket, says Diane. Anybody else going to back that one up? I'm not good with movies, says Peggy. I know, I'm not either. Fist in the air. Wow, we have some. Okay, we're going to try fist in the air because we've got 2 votes for that. Yes, fist in the air. Who told us throws his jacket? We would have got it wrong. Good try, though. Good try. I appreciate you trying. So we've missed 1 out of 7. Which 1990 90 film features an iconic pottery scene between Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. Is it Untamed Heart, Roadhouse, Ghost, or Dirty Dancing? I don't think that Demi Moore was in Dirty Dancing. It's Ghost, isn't it? Ghost. SMA Craft says Ghost. I say Ghost too. Okay, good. Number 9, in the Back to the Future, what song does Marty McFly perform at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance? Does he do Rock Around the Clock, Twist and Shout, Johnny Be Good, or La Bamba? I feel like I've seen Back to the Future, like parts of it many, many times, but I don't remember the song. So Marty McFly, he performs a song, Johnny Be Good. Wow, SMA Crafts is on it. Anybody else? Johnny, okay. Yes. Where does Indiana Jones famously swap a golden idol for a bag of sand to avoid a trap? At the Mayan pyramid, the cave in India, temple in South America, or the Egyptian tomb? Whoops, I lost that one. Sorry. It's scrolling on its own. So Indiana Jones, he moves something and then he puts it keeps moving us back. I'm sorry. He puts the sand on it. Which Indiana Jones was that? Is it Raiders of the Lost Ark? Hey, this is not good. It keeps scrolling back on its own. What's going on here? We did that one. We did that. Number 10. Is it the Mayan pyramid, the cave in India, temple in South America, the Egyptian tomb? Barbara says the temple in South America. I think that's right. Yeah. So 9 out of 10. Let's do one more group of 10. Which action film includes a scene where Bruce Willis' character crawls through air ducts with a lighter? Is it Speed, Die Hard, The Fugitive, or Lethal Weapon? So Bruce Willis has a lighter. He's crawling in an air duct. Which movie is that? I'm guessing Die Hard. What do you guys say? Die Hard. Yeah, Jane says Die Hard. Let's do that. Okay. Number 12. What phrase does Jack Nicholson's character shout in the bathroom scene of The Shining? Uh-oh, that's a scary one. I'm home. Here's Johnny. Who's there? Here's Jack. The Shining. That was kind of a scary movie. What does he say? See if any of you guys can remember. 1980. Like, here's Johnny. Yes, that was a good one. 13. In E.T. the Extraterrestrial, what does Elliot use to help E.T. phone home? A computer, a walkie-talkie, a TV remote, or a handmade communicator? How does E.T. phone home? A computer, a walkie-talkie, a TV remote, a homemade communicator. A walkie-talkie, says Barbara. Anybody else? E.T. I don't remember this part. I do remember E.T. We're going way back in time. Way back in time. I think I was in junior high when E.T. came out. Anybody else? Barbara's got B. Anybody's going to back that up? Nobody else watched E.T. except Barbara. Okay, let's try it. Walkie-talkie. A homemade communicator. What does Rocky Balboa famously do at the top of the steps in Philadelphia in Rocky 3? He kisses Adrian. He raises his arms in victory. He ties his shoes. He throws a punch. I thought it was raises his arms in victory, but I don't remember. Is that Rocky 1? Rocky 3. Does anybody remember Rocky 3? That makes it difficult. This one's on me. I'm going to say raises his arm. Yes. Okay. Number 15. And When Harry Met Sally, which New York deli hosts the scene of Sally's memorable fake, Was it the Stage Deli, Russ and Daughters, Carnegie Deli, or Katz's Delicatessen? Where was that scene? Where was that scene from Harry Met Sally when Sally gets very excited? At the stage, says Diane. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Diane says stage. We're just going to go with that. You Cats. Uh-oh. Now we have 2 different votes. We need a tiebreaker. We've only missed 2. We still have a chance to get an A. We're almost done here. We are on 15. We got like 5 more to go. Cats. Another Cats. Okay, we're going Cats. Yes. Number 16, what line does Tom Hanks deliver after hitting a home run in A League of Their Own from 1992? You're out. Let's play ball, hit the showers, or there's no crying in baseball. I think it's there's no crying in baseball, right? Is that what he said? No crying in baseball? What did Tom Hanks say after hitting a home run? Is it no crying? I'm saying no crying. Yeah, no crying. Is that what you guys said? That's the only line I remember. Yeah. Okay, 17. Which film features John Cusack holding a boombox over his head outside a bedroom window? Is it Singles? Ferris Bueller's Day Off? 16 Candles? Say Anything. John Cusack. He's holding a boombox outside a bedroom window. Does anybody remember? Say Anything, says Diane. Anybody else? A boombox outside the window. This is number 17. We've only missed 2. We still have a chance to get an A. Diane says say. Anybody else? Nobody else but Diane's voting on this one. All right. We're going to do it. Say. Yes, you were right, Diane. Great job. 18. In Terminator 2 Judgment Day, what phrase does Arnold Schwarzenegger character say to the T-1000s before its destruction? Hasta la vista, baby. Who's your daddy? Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I'll be back. I think it's the first one. Hasta la vista, baby, right? All right. Yes. 19. What does Andy use to escape Shawshank Prison in the Shawshank Redemption? An air vent blueprint, a key from a guard, a rock hammer, a rope ladder. How does Andy escape the prison? I never saw this one. Somebody help. Somebody help. Our last 2 questions. If we get these 2, we are going to get hit 90%. D, a rope ladder. Barbara said she's fast, she must know. Oh, it was a rock hammer. Last question. Which movie features a classroom of students standing on their desk saying, "Oh, Capitan, my captain. Oh, Captain, my captain." Why am I speaking Spanish? Oh, Captain, my captain. Is that Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society, Stand and Deliver, School Ties? This is our last one. We're not going to get an A, you guys, but we can still hit 85. 85. Which movie features a classroom of students standing on their desk saying, "Oh, Captain, my captain"? Does anybody know that? I don't know it. Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society, Stand and Deliver, School Ties. No guesses. Everybody's going to leave this one up to me. It sounds like it would be something from, yeah, that's the one I was thinking, SMA, Dead Poets. Anybody else going to back that up? We'll still get a B, even if, okay. Yes. All right. That's it. That's it. We are done with that one. What do we get? 17. 17 out of 20. We'll take it. 85%. We're so close to an A. So close to an A. So close to an A. All right. So thank you for hanging out. Let's get our Bibles out if you have one. And if you want to join us, we are in the New Testament, 2 Corinthians. We're going to do our good news verse of the day, 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6. Short. We'll get right to the point here and wrap things up here. Let's see. I got to get rid of that little square down there. Boop. Get rid of that. And I have my Bible. And so we are talking about giving and sharing. And back again to think in your own mind, do you consider yourself a person who likes to share, or maybe it's something that's hard for you to do? Either way, we're just thinking, right? Thinking. But in the Bible, we're told that it's a good thing to be a person who is willing to share. So in the background, to give you what's happening here in 2 Corinthians, the Corinthians are a church in a place called Corinth, which is part of Greece. And they were like a prosperous church. Things were going good for them. They probably had a lot of wealthy people who attended there. And it sounds like they were generous people. Well, the thing that was going on was the church in Jerusalem, things were really difficult for them. I think they were having hard times as the church in Jerusalem, and they were poor and they were in need. Well, the church in Corinth decided they were going to give a gift to minister, to help the people who were in Jerusalem, the part of the church that was, again, going through rather tough times. And so that was a great thing that they decided to do. Well, Paul wrote this letter to them, the 2 Corinthians, to remind them, hey, you guys said you were going to give this gift, and I'm going to come and pick it up, and I'm going to take it to them. And so he's encouraging them to go ahead and make this gift, and the wealthy people sharing with the people who are in need. All sounds good, right? So that is what's going on here. And, when we give, one of the biggest things is our attitude when we go ahead and we do give. So a little bit later in this chapter, it says that God loves a cheerful giver. So if we can have that attitude when we give or share something, and we do it in our hearts, because like the Corinthians here, they wanted to give, they wanted to help somebody else out, great. But it also warns down below too that if we give and our heart is kind of, I'm going to give, but I don't really want to do this. On the outside, we might look like we want to, but on the inside, we're going, nah, I'd rather keep this. Then you know what? God says you're better off just keeping it. So if you can give cheerfully, great. If you have that generous spirit, and if you give, but you don't really want to, you're probably better off just keeping it. That's just what God's word says. But let's look at our verse here, okay? So in verse 6, and I will go ahead and pull that up for us so we can check it out. It says, but this I say, he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. So we're talking about giving, and here Paul is encouraging them. So think we're on to being generous and giving, but sowing is not like sowing clothes, but this is when you plant seeds. So think of farmers, agriculture. So if a farmer wants to have a crop of fruits or vegetables or wheat or bread or whatever they're growing really come in, he needs to plant tons and tons of seed, right? That makes sense. So if you want a big crop, you've got to plant a lot. And then vice versa, if you are planting a garden or fields and you just put out a little bit of seed and you don't plant that much, well, not that much is going to grow. Well, that's what happens when we give too. The Bible says that when we give generously, that it's going to come back to us a lot. It's interesting to think that, because we think when we give it away that it's gone. But God says that when you give, he's going to bless you for doing that. And then vice versa, on the opposite side, when we don't give, or we give just a little, then it says that we're going to get back just a little. So it's really interesting that is how God does these things. So to be generous, kind of, it sounds like God is going to give you more and he's going to trust you more. But then if I try to hold on everything to myself, it seems like I'm going to end up with even less. It's interesting how that works out. But I want you to know that in the Bible, God does challenges us to give and see what happens. So if you were to look up this verse, I'm going to find it myself. I have it right here on my sheet and I'll read it to you. But if you go to the Old Testament, it's from Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. And God says to his people, they weren't giving, it doesn't sound like. And he challenges them, hey, you people give and see what will happen. And God says you can test him in this area. So if you ever have that feeling that I want to give and I want to see what God's going to do, God says he's going to bless you when you give to others. Here's what he said. Now, again, this is to people who were not giving in the Old Testament from the book of Malachi. It's chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Now, remember, they were supposed to give to the temple. They kind of had like a temple, kind of like a tax. They would pay this every year, but it sounds like some of the people were not giving. And God knew about it, but he challenges them. He says, you know what? If you would just be willing to give, I would really bless you. This is what he said. So God says, will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me. But you say, in what way have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me. That's God saying this, even this whole nation. Then here it comes, verse 10. Bring all the tithes, that's all their donations, their gifts, the money that they were supposed to, bring it into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house at the temple. And try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open up for you windows of heaven and pour out for you such blessings that there will not be enough room to receive it. Did you know that no matter how much you give to God, you can't outgive God? He says when you give to him, when you're a generous person, he's going to give back to you. And that's pretty amazing, right? That we can give away and then God's going to give back to us even more. And we can't outgive God, right? Everything belongs to him. We just have a little bit, but God says that he will do that. So I don't know where you stand. Again, I asked earlier, do you feel like you're a generous person, or maybe it's hard for you to be generous? But for each of us, let's take that challenge and let's try to be more generous in giving people. Let's, like it said, we read earlier, let's put this principle into lots of practice, and let's do it with a cheerful heart and then see what God will do. He says that he will give back to us way more than what we have given to him or to others. So that is an interesting challenge, something to think about. It's not the way we usually think of things economically, or when we give, we think, oh, that's just gone, it's lost. But God says he's going to give back to us. And now, some of the time I think that it will be material in this world. I think he might give back to us right in this world. But I think there's also going to be things that he's going to give back to you and to me, things that are going to last, not just for this time on earth, but for all of eternity. So think about that. When we give up some treasures here on earth with a cheerful heart and a good attitude, that there is going to be rewards and blessings that are heaven, and they have eternity behind them. They're going to last forever. They're going to be way more valuable than what we had here on earth. So that's it. That is, again, from focusing on 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6. Just be the kind of person who is willing to be generous and giving and helpful, and then see what God will do. And maybe if I don't have that attitude, you know what I could do is I could pray about it, because it's going to be to my own benefit. I'm going to be blessed while I'm blessing other people, right? I want to be blessed, and I'm sure you feel the same way too. So let's just kind of have that attitude change and to be just in tune with the Lord and see what he'll do. And that's exciting, that God doesn't really say, test me in a lot of things, but this is one of the things he says, give and see that if I won't outgive you, God says. Interesting. All right, that is a wrap. I hope I'm not blurry anymore, but if I am blurry, I'm going to repost this. Hopefully the not blurry version, but remember the new classes on the website. Stephanie will have a card kit reveal tomorrow. We'll do Crafting Corner Thursday. We have a busy week, okay? So be prepared. Lots of fun stuff going. If you're a Card Kit Club member, we're going to ship this Thursday to you. The new card kit's going to go out. You can get into the card kit, and you will start off with this new January kit coming up. So that's exciting. Thanks again. Hey, thanks for your patience. I know we kind of struggled through. This is not an express the way we hoped it to be. I had to shut down the internet and restart. So yeah, it's kind of crazy here, but we had fun looking at the dies. We did a good quiz, 85%. We had our good news segment reminding us to be generous people. And yeah, so I hope you had fun. I had a good time hanging out with you, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week for hopefully a shorter Take Two Tuesday. All right. We're going to get back to the express version. This one has gone longer than I hoped for. Okay. God bless all of you. I will see you next week. All right. Take care now. See ya.